Welcome to this topic number 6 on office records. It is important in any office also to take cognizant that we cannot stay without office records. So this particular topic is also important to enable us understand the importance and the magnitude that we also need to incorporate in office records. And we are saying all the records are the memory of the business, and record management are the art of handling the records from creation to disposition in an office. And we're also saying record management is the management of important facts. We're also saying it is an important function of office management. And a very important point, second last statement, that no organization that can survive without effective office record management system. We have different types of records in different offices. We have the accounting records, we have the legal documents, we have the administrative records, we have employment records, safety records, and also we have research records. Why is it important for us to have records? Why is it important for us to have office records? Number one, we are going to be using them for future reference. Keeping the records and documents under the proper filing systems helps to obtain the records when needed in future. And also in terms of evidence, as we know that business activities is based on various types of agreements, and the disputes and misunderstandings are very regular. So we need records to show that maybe there was an agreement that was reached. So we can provide office records as evidence. Memory of the business, nature of human memory is limited, and they cannot remember numerous transactions that they have been able to do. So it is necessary to have office records. And number 4 is it helps in decision making. The management needs various types of facts and figures. So through proper record keeping, we can be able to make decisions. An example is we need to keep records of staff, the trainings that they have conducted for themselves and for the organization. So when we want to promote them, for example, we will need to go back to the record and see who is that particular staff that has really developed themselves since they came into the organization. So decision making is crucial also when it comes to the importance of office records. Then we can be able to detect errors and wastes. And finally, legal formalities. Preserving the records is a legal obligation. So we need to have records, company registration documents. Those ones are stipulated in what is indicated here as the Company Act. And then the process of record management in office and organization. So when we want to manage records, we have a series of things that we need to do. Number 1 is the creation of records. It is the first and equally important step in record management. The creation stage refers to the development and design of appropriate forms and their control. So we can come up with different forms. If it is a college like Mask, for example, when you enroll for this course, we can note down your name, your contacts, so that we can be able to follow up. And we cannot give you a plain full scap to record your name. We need to have a form, a specifically designed form for admission. So then we need to come up with storage or retention of records. So once we create the forms, now where are we going to keep them? We do not want to say that they got lost or they underwent wear and tear. So now we need to devise a way of retaining. Retention is about retaining them. And the use of records. Records are stored or retained with the intention to use it when necessary. This is also known as retrieval of records. And retrieval of records refers to the tracing of files at the time of requirement. So we need to come up with ways, easier ways of retrieval to ensure that proper record and keeping of documents is observed. Then we have the disposal of records. So we cannot always need all the records and the documentation. So sometimes we have to dispose them. And we even have machines that can assist in disposing of records. For example, you have something we call the paper shredder. So all the papers that you do not need, you can shred them. So disposal is part of also ensuring that we keep only the records that are important. And then we have the principles of record management or records management. Number one is the principle of purpose. According to this principle, the preserved records must have some type of purpose. So even as we do disposal, we look at what document is important and what is not important. Whatever is not important, we can dispose. So as we ensure that we are doing proper record keeping, when we talk about the principles, are the rules that need to guide us in matters record management. So purpose, what is the purpose or the objective of those records? Then we have the principle of verification. According to this principle, there must be some evidence in support of the records. If the verification is not possible, it has no value as proof in court. So the supporting evidence of records create justification for them. Then we have the principle of classification. According to this principle, record is to be classified properly. We are saying proper classification avoids confusion and makes easily available according to our requirements. And then so we need to keep different documents in their different categories. We are going to have a discussion on that also. Then the principle of availability. The objective of record management is to preserve records for future reference. Thus, records should be kept in such a manner that the required information is readily available. So, and finally, or last but not least, is the principle of reasonable cost. The should not be ignored. All necessary records are not of the same value and importance. So whatever we can be able to keep, we can keep. Whatever we need to dispose, because maybe it is eating up space, it is also consuming space in our files, so it may push us to be buying new files. Yet whatever records that we are keeping in those files is obsolete. Then the principle of elasticity or elasticity. This method of records keeping must be elastic. When we talk about elasticity, it's all about flexibility. We need to have a flexible record management system that allows us to even introduce new documents in the files, and then routine records, records such as correspondence, vouchers, etc. are kept so long as the matter remains active. So any form of letters, vouchers, we need to keep them as long as whatever is being addressed in those letters is an active matter. And finally is the principle of retention of records. And we are saying records should be retained only for the period till they are required. All the records should not be kept permanently. So we retain what is important. Whatever is not important, like I said, we can be able to discard them. So thank you so much for listening. I invite you, like I have been saying in the previous discussions, you need to read more on record management. There are different sources of information that you can gain that maybe we have not addressed here, and it can be able to help and assist you to be able to move forward and to grow in your understanding on record management. So thank you so much.